Yo, what is up guys, it's Pedro here. In today's video, I'll be talking about the report that Brandon Coleman will likely be switching positions to right tackle, and we'll talk about his fit there. Also some Terry McLaurin news today from Adam Peters presser. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button and that notification bell as well, so you never miss a video. Let's get right into the video, and yeah, let's hit 16K subscribers by the draft, which we're almost into April, so we are getting there. I just want to take a little bit of a break from draft content. Yesterday I posted a John Allen video. Today gonna be posting a Brandon Coleman video, but we'll get back into the draft stuff. Any suggestions you guys have on content, put that down below. We'll probably do like one, maybe two mock drafts. I just think it gets a little bit repetitive. But this was reported a couple weeks ago, but I didn't, make a video on it. Was traveling, and then after that I had other videos to post. But Andrew Wiley restructured his contract, and he's obviously he's gonna be back, and that was a good deal. They saved like close to $4 million in cap savings by the restructure, and they got Laremy Tunsil here, so Brandon Coleman will likely move to right tackle. So that is interesting, and he says Wiley, a good pro, still has some value here. So Brandon Coleman goes to right tackle, which he played left tackle last year. So it's not a huge positional switch, but it is a switch, and something he's going to have to adjust to with who he's playing next to. But he could also switch inside to guard as well. I mean, either way, he's going to be switching positions this coming year. He's not going to be playing left tackle, and that is what Laremy Tunsil is going to be playing for the Commanders, and Tyler Biadasz is going to be the center. Those are the only two locked in, I would say, positions. With Cosme out, you probably think Allegretti is starting, so he'll probably be your left guard, and then I would guess Wiley is your right guard, and then Coleman's your right tackle. That's my guess on the whole situation, but there's still a lot of time, and there's still some players that they could go ahead and get before the draft starts, and even after the draft as well. But Brandon Coleman had a solid season for the Commanders last year. I mean, for a third-round pick, he had a good season. For a third-round pick that, people didn't know if he could play tackle, he played tackle fine. There were a couple games he did not play well, for sure. There were some bad games, but I think he did well enough at left tackle where if you didn't go out and get Laremy Tunsil, you would have been okay with Brandon Coleman at left tackle. Maybe not amazing, but okay. Now we switch over to right tackle, which is a little bit less important than left tackle because it's not the blind side for a right-handed quarterback. So that should be fine, and they'll play him at right tackle. And if it doesn't work at right tackle to the level they want, because I think he'll at least be, below average at the very minimum, maybe has a chance to be even better if he continues to develop, then, you can keep him at right tackle and then keep Wiley at right guard. If it's not working out, you already know you can get okay play from Wiley at right tackle. So you can switch Wiley back to right tackle and then put Coleman inside at right guard until Cosme comes back. And then when Cosme comes back, let's say Coleman's done a good job at right guard, then you can, maybe switch Coleman to left guard and then have Cosme as your starting right guard. And then your lineup would be, left tackle Tunsil, left guard would be Coleman, center Biadasz, right guard Cosme, right tackle would be Andrew Wiley. And that's a solid starting offensive line there. Here was Brandon Coleman after the season, was just talking about, I guess I can't even remember at this point, but I guess he had a knee injury one of the last weeks of the season, but apparently he did well the last couple games of the regular season, I'm pretty sure, but the playoffs were a little bit up and down for him. I can't, there was one game where it was really bad. I think it was the Bucks game, the first half. After that, he definitely did play better, but I like Coleman for sure, and at the minimum, he's a starting offensive lineman in this league, and that's a good pick in the third round. Whether it's at, tackle or guard, it's still, TBD, to be determined. I think you can probably, right now it looks like he's going to play tackle. This isn't like a steadfast, locked in report from Keim. He's saying he's likely going to move to right tackle, and that's not just him what he thinks. I'm pretty sure he is reporting here when he says will likely move to right tackle. I feel like when Keim has his opinions, he usually prefaces prefaces it with that, saying it's more of an opinion, but it's not a full-on report saying Brandon Coleman will be the Commanders' starting right tackle. No, they're gonna have to wait and see how the draft goes, how the rest of free agency goes, because stuff still could happen if everyone stays healthy, stuff like that. There's a lot to unpack, and things that still need to happen. And then also the start of OTAs and minicamp. If Coleman looks really good at right tackle, then they'll probably lock him in there at right tackle and move on with that into training camp. But if he's looking really, really bad at right tackle, and they might switch him to guard. And what likely I think will happen is he looks fine during OTAs and minicamp, because you really can't tell. And during training camps, really when they're going to figure out what he's going to do. But you got both of those guys that are versatile, so you can interchange them. They're both, especially Wiley, like Keim says here, a very good pro. He's been in the league for a minute. He knows what to do. He's played guard before, so he probably doesn't want to, but if he needs to switch from tackle to guard, he can. And then also, if it's not really working out with Coleman at right tackle, I'm sure Wiley will be able to switch from guard to tackle as well. Same offensive line coach, who is it? Brown? Bobby Johnson? It was the Giants offensive line coach and the Bills offensive line coach. Bobby Johnson, I think. But same offensive line coach, and so a lot of the same. Yeah, Bobby Johnson. A lot of the same offensive linemen. So I think it should be good for those guys. It's just Coleman switching positions and sides, which is a little bit difficult. But this is the projected starting offensive line, so I think it's a solid line. They might draft a guy like on day 2 or day 3. I don't think they'll draft anyone that they'll bring in to start. Possibly, maybe they draft a guard in the, let's say, I don't know, day 2. I would doubt it's second round, but maybe they trade back and they get a third round pick and they draft a guard in the third round. And if he's looking really good, then your line could be Tunsil, rookie at the left guard, Biotish, Wiley, and then Coleman, or Coleman and then Wiley. There's things that could happen still, but I think this is probably the starting lineup for the season, unless Cosme makes a miraculous recovery, which it's very hard for him to do at this point, where he tore his ACL a week before NFC Championship weekend, or championship weekend, and then had the surgery right after. So I think it's in between the Super Bowl. So he had the surgery late, and obviously weighing his options and everything, but I doubt he's ready for the start of the season, even the midway part of the season. Depending on when the bye is, that's probably when he's going to come back, if he does come back next season. You do not want to rush him back, see what happens. I don't think the Packers did, but David Bakhtiari, after he tore his ACL, just never the same, missing so many different games. And I'm not saying Cosme is going to be the same, but you don't want to rush these guys back. This is what the starting offensive line is going to look like, most likely, unless big acquisitions are made, and there's also the chance that Coleman doesn't look that good at right tackle and they want to try him out at guard. Now, I think also even if he is the tackle, they might want to play him at guard a little bit just to see. Maybe he's decent at right tackle, but he's really, really, really good at right guard. And Wiley is, good at right guard and then okay at tackle. And in that case, maybe you want to play Coleman at right guard. Maybe. But yeah, that is it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you guys new, and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a video. Peace.